I was looking through what songs of yours to play at the end of the episode. I was debating, but was that you have at least one track with Blockhead, not on Tosh, on the... Was it on Tosh? I think it was...
I did a remix of Tosh, I think. No, it's a Mortimer Plano remix. Blockhead. Do I have another Blockhead beat?
I think... What was it? I was just looking at one. You had Blockhead and Woods.
Oh, that's a song. That's a bonus cut on Blockhead's other album, Sweatpants. I think something Sweatpants. And then it's like
I tell you can eat it.
Oh, that's not a Blockhead beat. Is that a Blockhead beat?
It says Blockhead.
It is
on your.
It's a Blockhead beat.
On your Bandcamp.
On the Bandcamp, it says produced by Blockhead. Oh, that's Tony B. Oh, how did I get that?
Yeah. I'm glad I asked. Shit.
I'm not, because I thought you were talking about this other joint. It's on like the Free Sweatpants instrumental version, and it's a song with me and Woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about. And that's what that's like on an extra. It's on streaming, I think, but it's like an extra song. It's on the I tell you. Oh yeah, good looking out, Tony.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Dude, Colin always digging, man. He's like our Nardwar, dude.
Nah, not. I mean.
Do you remember the song you did with Tony?
That's my Nardwar impression is.
Don't answer.
Yeah.
That's the key. Just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody, their reaction gives like, oh, how do you know? Did you talk to my mom?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I used to watch so many of his. I remember he would any rapper that smoked weed, he'd always give him the Cheech and Chong with like the paper in it still, like that record. And then I think it was the Schoolboy Q interview. He just like straight up busts the weed, like pulls the weed right out of his pocket, like starts rolling it up in the Cheech and Chong fucking paper from like the 70s.
What's fucked up about Nardwar though is he'll hand over like a classic album or something, and he'll be like, "No, that's actually mine. I can't give that to you." It's like, what?
Takes it back. He's an Indian giver.
Yeah, dude. It's like, what are you doing?
Shit. Oh, Nardwar,
man.
One day, maybe we'll be, notable enough to be interviewed by he.
I don't want to be perceived
Vancouver,
to that level, bro. That's crazy.
Is he Canadian? Like he definitely seems.
Yeah, I think
he's for sure Canadian.
Yeah, I think he's from.
Yeah.
Nardwar, Human Serviette, Canadian journalist from Vancouver.
But I think he gets them at South by Southwest, right?
He gets them all over
everywhere.
He runs up on people. He runs up on them. I don't know.
The Human Serviette
studio or some appearance.
He seems to like roll up in green rooms and shit too sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets access.
He's got a good publicist or something.
Something, man.
Right.
Well, let's get into the intro. I'm going to go ahead and launch into it, and then we'll do this podcast. So
yes.
Yeah. Listeners, welcome on into the Nostalgia Pit, a podcast aiming to dissect pop culture, the subconscious, and other psychological phenomena through a hyperbolic and prismatic lens, hosted by Throb Snow, Colin Castro, Shroom Daddy 69. The Nostalgia Pit is available all of the places you find your podcasts, including YouTube. That's right, you can find us on YouTube these days, every Monday at 9 a.m., episodes debuting. You can look at our beautiful faces if you'd like. And, we do things. We're still doing theater nostalgia every Tuesday, almost every Tuesday of the year 2026. We've been doing Twin Peaks Tuesdays every other Tuesday. This week, we're, as in tomorrow, if you're listening to this right when it came out, Time Machine, 1960, old sci-fi movie. That's what we're about to watch. So, go ahead and check us out. But today on the Pit is the 28th episode of season 6. We are here with Curly Castro of Shrapknel. You might have heard of it. That's right. Castro, how you doing?
What's up? No complaints. Doing well.
Happy to have you in here, man.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yes. We've had Prem on before, Blockhead, Mo Nichols. We're getting a nice little
Take cocaine.
Take cocaine. He was talking about those the pickled watermelon rind. I gotta try that.
He's light years ahead. He's interstellar with the pickles.
I love it.
I can't keep up.
I still haven't had a chance to try any of them jams, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, Shroom, you gotta dive in. Close your eyes, dive in head first into the deep end. It will surprise you. Because you're thinking one thing, and it's he got like spicy pickles. It's like it's a whole thing.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Don't think of your regular dill pickle. Don't think of your regular pelican snapping with a hat. It's not that. It's Mo Nichols.
Connoisseur entrepreneur.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he's a man of many talents. But we're not here to talk about Mo. We're here to talk about Castro, okay? You got a new album coming out.
Yes, I
And
do.
so, yes, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And that's coming out in September, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a release date for it?
It's September. Let's check our notes.
Sir.
Be accurate.
Well, the record has many a feature on it, many a name that you might recognize. The first track, is the track listing in order that you sent us? Is the first track the Posse cut?
Yes.
That's
So
awesome.
fire, dude.
That's dope. You starting off strong than a bitch, bro.
September 18th. Thank you. September 18th.
September 18th.
Got some movers and shake. Oh, September 18th. Okay. Got some movers and shakers on that first track, man. AJ Sway just dropped something.
Yeah.
Ryan Ennals just dropped something with Blockhead. Who else is on that, dude?
I mean,
everybody's on
Blueprint's
that.
a fucking absolute
Blueprint's
legend.
on there.
Yeah.
Woods is on there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Woods is on there. Sketch
That boy
25.
Sharif.
Sketch
Yep.
on there. Sharif's on there.
Bruh.
Yeah, bro. You got
Hard.
a bunch of head. Yeah. I saw that first track. I said, oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. And it's a good listen, man. It's like on point.
Black don't crack, yo.
That's a fire too, bro. I loved it. That was awesome. I really appreciated
especially
that.
nowadays, right? You see a 5 minute and like 42-second track length, and you're like, oh wow, this is something. But just because the attention span of people is
Yeah,
two
it's tough.
verses,
It's hard.
2
I mean,
minutes,
I thought the drums were worth it. On my last record, Little Robert Hutton, I was being uploaded for some of the sequencing. And that record, excuse me, it starts with an interlude, and then the first song is like 2 minutes of vocalist before I even start rapping. And so I thought I wanted to flip it this time, like get a
slap
little,
them.
just a little couple of boop.
Yeah,
I
bro.
go right
Just
in.
pow, pow,
Yeah,
pow.
so I wanted to flip that
Yeah.
script for them waiting to hear my voice, if you will. That we just started with the Spacs, and I just thought, hey, you know what? Let me do a posse cut to even make it more of a open hand slap. Like, it's perfect time.
Yeah.
Them slap competitions. That's
For
what
real,
Black
though.
Don't Crack is. Shh, sizing you up. I'm sizing you
Yeah,
up. I got
for
the powder. I got the powder on the hand.
The power.
I'm biting the bit and gritting. I'm about to smack the shit out of you.
The power slap shit
That's
is
awesome.
insane.
Insanity. Just Dana White
Dude.
with another gold mine. Just insane. The girl ones is crazy.
I haven't
didn't
seen
see
the
that.
girl.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a couple. Yeah.
The girls
That's-
pass out, hit forward, and then fall back and hit twice.
That's the craziest thing. You see
Damn,
somebody
dude.
get smacked so hard they fucking just
bouncing
man.
around.
Fall
Like
out
a-
and shit.
like a
yeah,
fish,
it's
yo.
like made of
Brain
rubber.
just shuts off.
I can't. Nah, I can't do it.
It's crazy.
You ain't smacking me.
But
like
yeah,
that.
the album's called Yaphet.
So is it based, or is that title based on Yaphet Kotto? Because you got a track called Kotto.
Yeah, it's well. So sometimes I'll name albums after people to get like a certain mood or whatever. And so
Oh, got you. Okay.
can't be blacker than Yaphet Kotto.
Well, he's my favorite part of Alien, bro. He's like my
It's like,
favorite.
yo, what's up with my
character.
shares? What's up with my shares, yo? And he also has some really good characters in a bunch of black exploitation joints, as well as like homicide. Like so, like I've always been a fan of Yaphet Kotto. He's dark like me in a sense, and so I just his voice, just big, black, and imposing. So some people like the Hulk. I like Yaphet Kotto.
that's dope. Say that shit.
I just watched The Running Man recently. I was like,
What was his name? Oh wait, no, don't tell me. Because I have a line about it in a song.
Is he one of those like
He's
hunters?
one of the people running. No, he's not one of the hunters. He's one of the people,
one of the runners. I don't remember him.
I can't remember his name, but I say
shit.
Kotto dies. Yeah, because when I say Kotto, man, I can't think of it right now. But
I'll tell it to you if you want. But.
Well, I don't know what song. What song is it? It's back. It's on the first album. It's on the first Shrapknel album.
Oh, word. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's back. But is it Aaron McKee? No, it's not Aaron. Yes, it's Aaron McKee. It's the song we have Aaron McKee.
Oh, it's on that song that you referenced?
Yes, the Yaphet Kotto line. Because Kotto was, Weiss is, I say something like Weiss because Kotto was in the bad one-liners keep coming in thrice. Deep. But oh fuck, I can't remember right now.
Bro, if you were able to remember that, that'd be incredible.
It's in there. I mean, I have to go through half the rhyme. It's in there. But I'm trying to remember backwards. But anyway.
When did the first Shrapknel album drop?
I was gonna
2020 first.
Okay, so Shrapknel is like a relatively new group.
Oh, sorry, there's people yelling outside.
Do you want to invite them on? Should they come on the pod?
You don't invite anybody yelling obnoxiously in the street upstairs.
It's probably wise,
to your crib. No, so the first Shrapknel record, an LP self-titled joint was 2020, and before that we had dropped an EP called Cobalt in 2019, late 2019, just to get people's palate wet and just for them to get used to the idea. And then we dropped the first Shrapknel record. To some critical acclaim, it was right smack dab in COVID. It's like literally right after COVID, maybe from March when it first got announced. And so we were worried, and not worried, we had concerns that like because we were new, we had to tour the fuck out the record.
Right.
And then COVID hit. And our stuff was getting canceled before COVID fully got full blown. They were canceling. We was like, we'll just move it. And then we heard about COVID. It's like, just be a month.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Hit with the same shit, bro.
For real.
And we had a whole thing rant. Arlen, you might have met us. Hold on.
Some New York ass shit right here.
Somebody tripping in my neighborhood. No, somebody really tripping. They yelling up. No. There's a couple of people like that. I probably know who it is. So long story short, so he was like, oh shit, we're not going to be able to tour this record. And we think that would be necessary to move these units because we're in the group. But what ended up happening, because everybody was so shut in, he gave them time with the record. So it worked out. And we actually sold out the record in a few months. Which was
that's fucking dope.
That's fire.
And it was like it was a limited run, but we sold it all out. And it was like, okay. You know what I mean? And so that was a nice surprise. And that was a good launching pad for where we're at now. We're working on like our 7th record.
That's fire.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So was that the first time you sold out of an album like pretty quickly?
Oh,
like that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That was our first time.
Because I mean,
both of us. I mean, we're solo artists as well, but that was our first time selling something at that rate and speed.
Yeah. Because I mean, I remember being super young, like fucking 20 or something. Made my first mixtape. And I was like, I'm gonna make so many copies of this, and it's just, I'll still find some floating around like a box.
Of course, two stories. One, if you remember, a couple of eras ago, it was all about the downloads. So you would go to your mega upload and I got $10,000, dumb as hell because all that was free. And you'd be like, yo, man, how many downloads you got? It's 17,000. You don't even know if people really download it. Then it was aggregate sites. And then my first CD I made in college, it got rushed because one of our members was impatient. Now that was heartbreaking, Colin, because I saw that. I was passing mine in school and I saw that open on the floor right by the trash can on the quad with a footprint on it. And it was cracked. And I was just like, fuck this rap shit. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's horrible. They just chucking my joints. It was outside. I was just walking. I was feeling good that day. I just looked down and smashed. Who knows how, but I was making the worst of it. They just chucked it out their joint. They just stomped on it. It's like, fuck Castro. My name wasn't Castro, but that's what I thought they said. They just stomping on it. And I was like, oh man. I will look. I reached down to pick it up, and then I pulled my hand back. Just kept going.
Like, nah, just leave it. Leave it.
I had to go to class. You know what I'm saying?
What year was that?
Oh man, that was 96, 97 maybe.
Ooh, shit.
Okay,
Yeah, we were making so this is like totally DIY. So this is the late 90s.
Yeah.
So we're getting all our little homegirls and girlfriends at the time to help cut out album covers.
Oh
And
my God.
we had a Biggie album scam one time. We got Life After Death early. And we were up all night. This is the 90s. So we were up all night. We borrowed like 20. If you remember, people had those double tape players. They could record and play. And everybody at college had them. So, but we needed to make a factory because we needed to make these tapes like overnight. We went and got like 20 of them joints, stacked them in somebody's room. And it was ill because we were sleeping in rotations. And you would just stay up and you would hear it go click, 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 click. And you have to flip it. You got to flip the tape, right? And so, so somebody was always up flipping the tape.
Oh, dude.
And you flip the tape. We made like 100. Look, it was a horrible story there because look, lunchtime, we were selling it like cake. People are buying, We did this ill thing where we had two tapes, we stuck them together so they open up like this. And one thing was Life After Death, the other was Ready to Die, and we put the Tracy Lee song on there, with Biggie on there. And the barrels. Oh yeah, so it was a great deal. And so we were selling like hotcakes. Because we got it from a classmate of ours whose aunt worked at Five Magazine, so they had early copies.
Oh shit!
This Life After Death, the double album. And so we just tapes are just so much space. We put so much shit on there, and we were selling. So lunchtime, we went crazy, right? That's lunch rush, right? Man, too good to be true. We went up to the girl. We gave her like 200-300. We thought, dinner time's gonna be crazy because that's how the flow went. Dinner time comes. Oh, it's a disaster. Here come the teacher. Do you have a permit to sell here?
Shit.
They running off. My man gets in a fight with this psychiatric patient. He got released. He's look, it got bad. It got real. Everything got bad.
It got all bad, bro. Damn.
We got in a fight with this lady that just got out of the hospital. She had a bracelet on. They was calling the cops.
My God.
We ended up going door to door, just selling them for like $5 at the end of the night. It was just a disaster. But it was it was so exhilarating when we were doing it. I have a song about it on what's it called? It's called Pooh Rich, I think. On I Say La Fille? Yeah. If you go listen to that joint, the Mike Ladd joint we did. That's the second. I tell the whole story.
So funny, man.
I had a buddy that I can't remember which NBA he got. He got some like NBA 2K or something like that, like ahead of time, and he made like close to 10,000, like selling fucking just copies in Oakland, just like
nice. He had a place to copy them. Yeah. So I remember, like when I was younger, older than y'all, mostly y'all probably. Yeah, I am older than y'all. So we even moved to this thing. We had the CD burner tower. And
we had that
CDs.
back in the day.
We had the color printer. We was burning CDs. We had this banging supply shop that would get the bundle of CDs for cheap and the clear cases. And then we was printing out covers, cutting them out. Just total stupid ass DIY. We was big into that in the late 90s.
That shit's 2000s. Exhilarating though, man.
Late 2000s. I was doing that a lot. It is. It's fun, but it's like these are also times when you're like, you have bigger collectives. Like you're with 4 or 5 people, 3 or 4 people when you're doing that type of stuff. And you're all juiced up and you're having big dreams. You're going to open for Brand Nubian next week. You're going to quit college. And then,
bro.
And then reality sets in.
Life a little bit. And you're like, rent? What? I don't have a job. I work at the campus. Oh, shit. I'm going to wake the hell up. I'm going to wake the hell up. My mom don't want to hear no rippity raps. And this is when you rapping for free. I was like, man, I perform 3 nights a week. I did 40 performances in 2 months. For nothing.
For nothing, yeah.
I didn't even tip my hat. I should have started opening my... I wasn't even wearing hats that much. I should have had a hat, yo. Just give me $1, yo. No juice. I mean, we just had different goals. And, you're looking for a deal. You open somebody's swoops. There was always an A&R. So somewhere there's an A&R in here.
Shit. Nowadays, there's not even that, man.
Yeah, but it's like, it was just funny that we be in these contests. I'm old. We played for these contests, these town shows, and there'd be A&R in the crowd. Like a ghost.
That's like
maybe they'll contact you.
A myth.
Yeah, artists and repertoire. I know what A&R is now, but it's funny because the way they would pitch them to us underground and indie artists, you never really met these persons until you actually got to a label and realized it was some intern.
Yeah.
and they get paid. They get paid as much as you for your day job. You're like, huh? Let's go to there. All right. But anyway, yeah. But no, shout out to all the A&Rs. They really do a good job. Shout out to them.
Yeah, I mean, without them,
Be a couple of artists we
used to-
wouldn't know about. A few.
Yeah.
you know, after listening to that, what had happened was season with Dante Ross. That showed me a lot of respect for the A&R position, and I get it that like not every one of them is.
I'm half and half on Dante. I like him, but I still think Colin didn't mean to cut you off. But to your point, I feel like with him, he's taking the slant of being somewhat more responsible than some other people might.
Yeah.
For discovering, you know what I'm saying? Like there's still work to be done, and that's great.
Yeah.
You go like that guy, Steve Lobel, when it manages everybody, white guy, short guy, ball. You'll go on stage with get the award, but I've never he only does interviews here and there. I'm just saying the difference between him and say Dante Ross, who's in the mix. We love to hear those stories. But
Of course, yeah.
I agree. There was a bit of importance, in the stories that he was telling, self-importance, like that was a lot of the criticism that I heard. It was like, yo, dude, like you didn't actually make any of that music. You know what I mean? You like, it helps that you discovered it, or, it's crazy to me when you think about is like some of the artists back in the day, how like there's an A&R that was just like, yeah, this could sell. And there was just like a lot of experimental.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely muses. I heard say Jerobi was actually famous for being a muse in Tribe Called Quest, rapping a lot on the first one, and then just kind of being around and being a vibes guy. He's a chef too, so maybe he was cooking. And there's also this, because I like to bring up the example of like Britney Spears. She made Oops, I Did It Again because of that team, whoever that was. That was probably 10 to 20 people, give or take. I'm talking, makeup, songwriting, whatever. But then the next album, she didn't have that team. You know what I mean? And then it sounds a lot different. It looks a lot different. It comes off a lot different. And so I think sometimes, even when it comes to that, like, R knows that when you get with a label, it's half theirs, half yours. And, you got to keep that balance, to keep that consistency.
That's right.
Yeah, but we'll try shit out. Okay. I mean, I did have one group, unfortunately and tragically, we broke up trying to make hits, like literally making this album.
Trying to engineer the hits.
We were making this album called 10, and it was going to be 10 hits. And we didn't know what a hit was. I always tell the story. They don't like hearing them. But we didn't know what a hit. We had some hits, but they were accidental. In fact, we even had a hit. It worked out right, and then on the album, we remixed the whole thing like dummies. But live, it was killer, right? And you know how it is sometimes making that live experience, put it on tape. It's not sometimes, but we changed the tempo of the song. It was like a boom, boom, boom. It was moving, and then we just slowed it down, slowed our verses down. We thought we were the shit, dummies. But anyway, we had accidental hits. We had some songs that we just made, and they were popular, right? And also, I started in reverse. Like when I started getting real busy, I had a drummer. We had a band.
Oh shit, that's live.
Yeah, so we started with a band as opposed to having a DJ. And so
sick.
And so anyway,
level.
So we tripped into some of these hit songs, some of these good songs, and then we were determined to make this one record. After our first record, it was well received. It's still online. It dropped in 2004. It was like one of those first streaming joints. And we were like, all right, we're gonna make 10 hits. Now I remember saying it to myself, like, how? We don't know how we did the first 3 hits. We just kind of made them. All right, right. And we just kind of going along with it and shit.
Yeah.
And then it just blew it all out. It was horrible. It was just bad.
Didn't work out, huh?
All the bad ideas came rushing together as a product of that. And the magic went away. Yeah, that was my first real successful.
What was the group name?
Bohemian Fifth.
Okay. Bohemian Fifth. Hell yeah.
I had
a
I know that. Yeah. I don't even know where I was going to go with that.
I'm sorry. I'm not mean.
No, it's all good. It's all. Are we talking? Oh, I have that song.
yeah. Same.
Are you talking?
Oh man.
For myself.
Speaking. Oh no. Go ahead, Colin.
No, you do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
I lost my privilege.
Yeah, you lost your privilege, man. Your story. You started a story and didn't do anything.
I'll be right back, Joe.
What? Are you leaving?
Oh shit, he leaving.
He's
Nope.
really
He'll be
actually
right back.
leaving.
No, he's not. He's not actually left. He's technically in the studio. He turned his camera.
He's
off.
got to handle the fucking shit outside, man.
He's got to handle
Yeah.
some
shit
rabble
going on outside.
It
rousers.
sounded
out
like
there. Some real fucking drama going on.
No,
Oh,
I was
man.
gonna tell a story of the Care Package album and the only hit that I ever had, and I had no if you would have given me 15 guesses, because there's 15 tracks on the album, on which song would have been the hit, I probably would have picked it last or second to last or something.
What was the
Is
hit?
it the Whippets joint?
The Whippet song? Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I
that's
knew
the
it.
one I remember.
That shit's the best. That shit was the part. Every time y'all did that shit went fucking hard as fuck.
Everybody
I remember
lost
that.
their shit, man.
Everybody lost their shit.
Yeah, I went back and I listened to that first Care Package record. I hadn't listened to it since probably right around when it came out. And there's a couple tracks on there. I was like, we were doing something here.
You know what I'm saying? There was something there.
There's a couple tracks that you just
it's a lot to do with the chemistry I've noticed. You know what I'm saying?
Well-
and that's the same thing with like Shrapknel. Seeing it live, the chemistry's fucking insane. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you
The
guys are
live
great
show
live.
is crazy. Like, especially when you guys like freestyle back and forth. I was like,
that
I
shit's
hit up Shroom. I texted Shroom. I was like, yo,
Yeah, he hit me like
we
right
gotta
after that.
fucking,
He's
we
like,
gotta start
do
doing that at the shows.
The thing
man.
about freestyling on stage, right, is like you do your set, you do all of your stuff, you do all of your songs, it's cool. But the freestyling inherently captures the energy in the moment that it like, even if your freestyles
Unmatched.
aren't as good as your raps
they don't
are,
have to
like,
be solid as you know.
it's the people are fucking, they're on their like toes, they're waiting, like with bated breath for every line when
It makes
when
it
they do
memorable.
freestyles.
If you
Yes.
even if you're doing the same set, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes each show somewhat unique.
When y'all were at the gallery, like pointing out the paintings and talking about
that
what's
shit was
going on in the
hilarious.
paintings.
And then me and Brett were good at it. So
Amazing.
it's also it's a mental break because it's
Right.
different mental exercise being used.
Yeah.
Inherently good freestylers. Well, not good, but we know most freestylers. You fall back into like a subconscious flow. Like the flows you use are a little bit more subconscious than like direct and intentional. You're not trying to sometimes. And you just go with whatever's working that night.
Right.
I think in Portland we were talking about House of Dragon. No, we were talking about From.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Speaking of, now that the new season has wrapped up,
Yes, sir.
Casho, what do you think, man? What do you think?
It's
Is there
a great
promise here?
promise to do what? There's nothing happening. Nothing good happens. Ever. Nothing. They don't win for nothing.
I know,
They
bro.
need a win. One win. We thought they had a win when it's like your blood is my blood, and that just ends up eventually turning Fatima into a monster. So
Bro,
like,
I know.
there's no way.
Wait, so is she going to be
No,
the
who
woman
knows,
in the
yo?
kimono?
I don't know, because she did say, remember how I was. If she didn't say that, maybe I would think that, she's a double agent and she would kind of go back. But she did say, remember how I was, so maybe she's going to be, we don't know, maybe she'll turn into them things when she goes to sleep during the day and has to wake up and start stalking them because she's controlled by the man in yellow. But just like the fact that they're not winning and
Bruh.
and Boyd's jacket is getting worse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That tear should have went. And Victor has no answers, and the boy in white gives no answers. Like
I know.
at
Dude.
first, I thought
keep
he was
waiting
working for them.
answers.
I was like, yo, got this guy. What is he? A fucking Sudoku? He's like a walking Sudoku. Like this, you can't figure it out. And you just throw it in. At the end of the day, it's like 10 o'clock. You got to go to work. You just throw away in New York Times. I mean, it's fun, but it's really like each season is more questions and few answers.
Bro, I know. And they only have one more season to wrap everything up. They have like
and then your girl,
90,000
the
questions.
Julie not story walking. She's a bum. She gets on my nerves.
I know. Fucking fish mouth breathing.
Hey, maybe we could use this to escape. Oh no, I'm just gonna find my father who's there. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna use this thing. I'm not gonna try. But I mean, it does give us seizures and shit, so I get it. But like,
Yeah.
And then of course the man in yellow, not as man in yellow when he's the girl, he could just walk around and do whatever. Hey, nobody's looking at me. Oh, I'm just grabbing the talismans, poison the food, blood in the water. I can just do whatever. Hey, she's probably dancing a jig at night, all in the middle of the road and shit.
I'm saying nobody is suspicious of this girl.
No,
like,
she's
I don't
just
know,
always
man.
like,
It
hey,
seems pretty suspicious.
Wait, what show is this?
This is from.
It's
From.
It's a show
Harold.
that I would say is not a fantastic show. Okay, Castro, you may disagree with me on that. I would say it's
Okay.
not, but I keep watching it. It's got something to it. Like
I've
it's,
heard
it's
about
fun
this.
and
I
entertaining.
think it's incredibly addictive.
It is
But,
exactly. It's addictive.
It does need to give us some bones. 'Cause
Is
right
it
now,
one of those?
Not
Is it
the
one of those
bones
shows
of
that's just like
children.
conceptually really good, but like just some of the execution leaves you wanting?
no, the execution is there. It's just it's the questions with no answers, literally. And so it's like they gave us questions after season 1, and then they stacked more questions on top of that.
I hate that.
Answers. Now we're in season 4, and they stacked more questions from season 3, and it's like, okay, well, what up in the, some things are kind of being tied together and roped in, and you can kind of make some junk. I do like shows like that, because I like when a show gives the audience credit for having some intelligence.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
lets us figure some things out. Like exposition dumps, some of them are great. Like it's TV, it's great. But some of them are like, what the hell's going on? Like we're just watching these people walk and talk. In some movies, it's crazy. And so sometimes I think like, hey, give us some credit. We have some intelligence. Let us figure some things out. Don't spell everything out, and we'll catch up to you, or we'll meet you halfway. What's the greatest Wu-Tang Raekwon Ghostface versus? They drop you right in the middle of the story, and then it ends before any resolution. You're like, what the hell just happened? They do Maxine at his mother's house. And you're like, what? And they drop it right in the middle, right? The story never starts with, I woke in, I rang the bell. Like, that's how like Slick Rick and Nas starts it. Like the sun rising. I get out of bed. That's how they're classic storytellers. So they really go beginning, middle, end. Ghost and Ray just drop you in like a paratrooper.
Yo, I've seen so many times. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about?
8, 9 people that they act like Larry's making moves. Harold's on the back end. Who's Harold? Then you're thinking, did they mention Harold on the first record? Like they just go crazy.
Yeah.
But I heard that's a good story. Like I think Memento was like that.
Yeah, man.
You're running, you're wilding with him.
The Wire.
Yeah, it starts you right, and it's no resolution at the end. Is cycle. Everything's the same.
Yep, exactly. That's why I love The Wire so much. It's my favorite show because
never gonna watch it.
Yep, you don't get a beginning and you don't get an end. It is simply a story that you get a chunk of, and you have to figure it out. It is like the show that, it gives the audience the most credit. Like I watched it's not new at this point, but like the newer Ghostbusters remake that had like Paul Rudd in it.
Okay, not the girls.
No. The third
one with the two.
Yes.
Ain't that crazy hard? Because it's the third version, and they did a 2-parter, and the first part wasn't even that good. So.
I didn't even see. Oh shit!
I didn't see any of that. Yeah.
True. The only thing good is Slime is still alive. Yeah, Slime.
It's the only thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Marshmallow.
I got a Slimer tattoo.
Still
You
around.
can see. You can't really see it, but
Slimer's everywhere. He was like the icon.
But I think they were pushing it. This is Cabbage Patch Kid stuff, so they were pushing it. Remember, they had like Slimer dolls and Slimer
right. Good merchandising,
Ghostbusters 2 style. Yeah,
they were going heavy. But
the real
Stay Puft Man would have been the sellable doll.
Right,
for real.
So he wasn't in the new Ghostbusters.
They didn't bring him down.
They melted him.
Oh, come on,
they
man.
first one, man. But he was the one. But because it's a villain, I guess they couldn't. But that would have been like the record-breaking toy if they made just a Stay Puft Marshmallow, a little small one.
Dude, that would have been dope.
I would have bought one of those. That would have been a model. I know people make them now. You get a model.
Yeah.
Back then.
You get 3D printed one.
Yeah,
But watching that Ghostbusters, speaking of exposition dumps, it was like Paul Rudd and his kid talking to each other in the car in the first scene, and like the kid calling him dad, and Paul Rudd calling him son, and it's just like, oh, thank you. Yeah. Like now I know like all of the fucking relationships between like every single person because you've clearly
look
stated
at this
it.
baseball card that Fankman gave me. He signed the back.
No, but like put Easter eggs in there, like let like me discover them, and then be like, oh shit, like see that thing in the corner, and like.
Right.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely in that.
Shroom, what was you about to interject?
Yeah, why are you not going to watch The Wire?
Oh, it's just a bit.
He's just being a contrarian.
I'm just a contrarian
at this point.
Oh, okay.
He didn't watch Game of Thrones either.
No, I did end up watching that,
right.
but not when everybody else was watching it.
Same. I didn't watch it when everyone was watching it. I watched it years later.
The gate when the first season looked all weird and grainy, and Winterfell was like this small.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that? They were like outside. It was like just a shack, but then later on Winterfell was like, oh, it's a big castle when you read it. I got all into it. I was a throner. I was into it. I had a podcast about it. I listened to the audiobooks read by this man, Rod Dotrice. It was dope. He did like the female, like remember them old women that told themselves, "Oh, and the little spiders." He would do those voices. It was great.
That's incredible.
It was better than reading. It was great because he would change his voice around. I was like, "Yo, this guy's great." He's like 80 years old. He passed away. It was great. So I got into all of that stuff. I didn't read.
Are you fucking with the spin-offs?
I watched the spin, but I didn't read I didn't read nor listen to the new those books.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of. And George R. He's slow, boy. He's slow.
I don't think he's even going to make a new one.
Let me tell you,
his story.
Two things he does when it comes to, and this is a funny thing to me, when it comes to food scenes, like setting up like a big feast, or the hilt of a sword. He's like, he takes him 6 to 8 pages to describe it. He's so opulently descriptive when it comes to this food spread. I don't know why. And sword hilts. And he talks about the gems and the sword hilts and the inscriptions. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? And it's page after page after page of just talking about this sword. We're talking about this roast boar or something like that. And
I get why he would be talking about the food. You know what I mean?
But that's why I think there was
the hilts.
Show was so good in the beginning because they had a lot of material because he's just verbose, right? And then when
that's by the end, but then because they didn't have the material written.
Well, when Jon Snow got killed, that's the last thing they had written wise. Yeah. So they did okay. Like, just in terms of, like, them
for a little bit,
going their way and whatever George told them where the stories are going. And then this is that last season and a half to me. Because it was just... But anyway,
that last season, absolute butthole, bro. I should have just stopped at 7. You know what I'm saying?
It was disappointing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or whatever.
Because
how many
it was such a good show.
It was like 9, bro.
9.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
They were offered 10. They didn't want to do it. They wanted to rush so they can do their Star Wars and their racism movie.
What if the Confederacy won?
What if the Confederacy won? They was itching to do this movie, like scratching their necks. And they rushed. HBO said you could have more episodes. They said, no, we don't need it. We're good. If you notice, the biggest problem, and then we can move on because I can't even be on here forever. The first 3 seasons, Arya and the Hound are taking forever to get to the map, right? They're on horse. They run into obstacles, but it does show you that there's a big distance. Later on, and they try to fool you because of dragons. It's like a subway system. People are running back and forth from the wall. Dragons just bringing people over, dropping them off. It's like, oh, we're here. And that started taking away the slow build that was working early on. Again, you got to speed some things up. But that alone made it like, how's this person here? Because that's not the pace y'all set before. Like before, if you were being true to it, some people would be like late to the party. Like they wouldn't get there because it's taking them so long. And they did that even to Arya and Hound. I remember a couple of times. They got there after people had already left and they just missed each other. So that was good. And of course, when you have a super duper ensemble show and then you have to bring them all together, it does get tricky. So I'll say that.
You got to wrap all those storylines up.
Benioff and Weiss, they were horrible. They do good work, but they're horrible. They just had the wrong approach to the end. They were in a rush to make their racism movie and get their Star Wars. They were so happy.
Shit is insane.
It's so crazy.
And
it's like a thought experiment we did not need.
But it was such a good show that it deserved to stick the landing. So it could have been like a classic. You know what I mean? Rather than, it's so good except what asterisk.
Right. Absolute right. Exactly that. Like, and they had to have known what the fuck they were doing when they were doing
I think the two of them knew. Everybody else did it. Because they even showed, and they tried to play it off, put a positive spin, but they showed the table read and people's faces going pale.
Oh, yeah. I've seen pictures of that. Yeah, I've seen pictures of that.
And this was true. Being there was a lot of white cast members, their faces were changing color. I could tell that shit was not good. It was like a bag of Skittles. And they were pissed off. And so some of them were trying to hide it. I get it. But some of them were getting killed way earlier than they thought. Some of their plot, some of their character arcs were totally pulled out. It was just. I think the show deserved a better effort to make the landing better. I think if they made a better effort and messed it up, it would have been received better than they're obviously speeding up, rushing plot holes, trying to get to the end and cut the corners.
Yeah, that's real. Well, we're gonna go to a commercial real quick, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk a little bit of the new record.
Yeah.
How long do we have you for today? How much longer?
Maybe another 40, 30 minutes. Is that cool?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds good. We'll make it work. All right. We're going to go to commercial real quick and we'll be right back. So I was walking into the corner store the other day and looking at the candy, I'm thinking, I've been getting the same old spearmint, wintergreen, cinnamon flavors of gum. Every time it's always the same sweet mint, some variation of the same flavor. Well, guess what? It seems like the people at Mentos heard my prayers. Now, a brand new product has come out. It's called Fermentos. Yes, that's right, Fermentos. We've got delicious, fermented breath mints that come in flavors like kimchi, kombucha SCOBY, apple cider vinegar, and that's right, we got tempeh, sauerkraut, and brand new, just in this week, we have 2 flavors. We got Greek yogurt and red miso. Available at your local Star Mart. Come on down and get a fresh roll of Fermentos. Make sure that you remind all your business interviews, all your lady dates, all your man dates, all your they dates, all your every dates. Let them know that you have the best breath in town. Get some pickled asparagus Fermentos. Fresh. Made this morning. Local only at Star Mart. Fair trade, organic, delicious. Come on down. They're delicious.
What a fantastic product, man.
I know. I got a tube in my car right now.
Pause. You got a tube.
Castro,
Keep that
I
tube
think
on me.
since this is the nostalgia pit, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, the most nostalgic track, it seems to me, on Yaphet is Cheese and Bread. Would you say that is a nostalgic depiction of like your life?
I mean, yeah, lyrically, and it's an old rhythm that if people around in the 90s, they'll remember, produced by Locust. Yeah, I mean, the album is a lot more autobiographical.
It very much seems that way, yeah.
Did I set it out to be? Like, I had a whole methodology of how I was going to write this album. I tried it. It was not working. I had to toss it straight out the window and just start making tracks. And that's when I felt more comfortable to complete it. It took me a while to do this record. And so there's a nostalgia being the name of the pod. There's a lot of nostalgia on the record. It's very personal. I recap a lot of stuff that happened to me or that I went through or been through on some of the joints. And Cheese and Bread Rhythm is like just like some of my childhood, like my apartment building where I grew up, some of my relatives and stuff like that. And, a lot of the sounds that raised me, stuff. They got a couple of lines about like sounds in the hallway. It was always like that in my neighborhood. It was sounds outside. It was just in your room, the door closed. But like headphone culture we got now, it was somebody on the first floor with their window open with a speaker in it. And you had to listen to what they were listening to if you walked by. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have access to their tuner or whatever. And I just remember, that rhythm was on like Reggae Gold 19 or 16, whoever knows. And it being a rhythm, and then I had Locust reproduce it. Rhythm is sometimes a dub plate to folks where it's a one beat, but it's like 25 different songs on the one beat.
Right.
And it was a time that it showed like community because there was space for 5 or 6 or 12 of your favorite reggae artists to have their version of this song over this beat. And it's very reminiscent of when a freestyle beat catches wind or a good beat catches the mixtape circuit, like a Millie.
Yeah, right.
Right. Or what was a 50 Cent song, I Get Money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And people had their versions of it. There's like 40 different versions of it. And then it evolved to, was it the Drake BBL? Was that song?
BBL Drizzy?
Yeah. BBL Drizzy.
I got on that. I got on one.
Yep, she got on
AI and making it, and Homeboy made the beat. But yeah, so like,
fucking around,
so I just wanted to tap into that tradition and that culture.
That's fire. You say blue, black, and gold, right? Is that in reference to like Barbados, or what is that in
Yeah,
reference
my
to?
family's Bayesian.
Oh, okay, got you.
Second generation, or second and a half generation Bayesian. Grandparents are from there, and so that's my Caribbean thing. Well, most people just think Jamaica's the only island down there, so you gotta rep. You gotta rep, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the colors of our flag.
That's fire.
So,
Yo, so for nostalgia too, this album was a nice blend of both new and old. You know, there were times when it felt like I was listening to No Need for Alarm from that Del the Funky Homo Sapien. It took me back there, and then it took me back to brought me back to like current times, like on the last track especially. You know, it felt like I went through like this time machine. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated that. Listening
that's
to
a
the
good.
album and shit.
That's all thanks to Locust. The production he did, it was his idea to sequence the record like chronologically, sonically.
Oh, okay.
You hear like even the first track with the drums, and then as you move on, it's like 90s sounds and tracks, and then
see, that's sick. Okay,
shit until we get
that's
to the final.
dope. So, yeah, he killed that.
Yeah, that was his idea, and so when he was making tracks and I have some cool production on there, so he was bouncing ideas. That was intentional to make sure that he had that timeline incline. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
The first track, the posse cut, I mentioned it, how you usually don't see a 5-minute plus, track listing these days, but obviously so many beat changes, throughout the song. So that, gives you, it's like a bunch of different fresh perspectives of each MC almost getting their own little thing to do. It reminded me like there's always the reminder of like, oh, this kind of like, it brings up a connotation. Music always does this, right? But the beat specifically, not talking the raps or anything like that, but the beats, it reminded me of like Eric B meets LP. Like it was like a modern old school take, but that's like fun. Yeah, but like there was clearly old school elements to a lot of the drums, a lot of the samples that were used on it. Have like a lot of classic elements. There's like
trying to get
old school hip hop,
little drips of Bomb Squad in there, and there's the consistent.
And that little super dope. That super.
That was super. That was fun. I love that. That was super dope.
Yeah, just anybody that's into comics will like it even a little bit better. But yeah, it's just no story.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Okay, because super dope. It's not the only song on the album.
No, because there's also New Mutants, which is heavily referenced. Right? Yeah.
But you are a comic book wizard. You know a lot.
I mean, you fucking encyclopedia on basketball and comics.
And some other stuff
and
too.
Rap.
And black movies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
All sorts of shit.
My brain stores what it stores,
Yeah.
Well, do you have I was going to ask for a top 5, but maybe like a top 3 either or of comic book characters that you like and, potentially
comic book characters?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't have to be any order if you don't want.
It's a little peculiar because I was so into comics in my teens and in my early 20s.
Okay.
I was a heavy collector, and then I just literally stopped. I think when I was 30, and then I did not pick up any comics until the Hickman run, the X-Men.
It
coincided with, but it was so ill because it was just I was running back to the store. I had me a pull box where they would pull up my titles. I was getting discounts. It took me right back. That's what I used to spend my own money, like allowance or money I would make stuff from my mom, whatever. I would go to the comic book store like every Friday. If my mom wanted to leave me somewhere, if anybody knows New York, there's a big comic book shop called Forbidden Planet. She could drop me off there, and I would just be in there for hours looking at the toys. And so I was heavy into that. But then when I went to college and moved around, I stopped, and I did not pick up a comic until recently. But I try to keep up. My partner Zilla, he keeps up, and so we'll go back and read the omnibus and just see what happens during certain eras and shit like that. Yeah. But yeah, I love comics. I think my vocabulary. I think it comes directly from reading X-Men. Young age, period. I learned in school, but I learned from Xavier School for the Gifted.
Say that shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember when I finally realized how to pronounce adamantium. It was like for the longest. I don't remember how I used to pronounce it when I was a kid, but I was different. You know what I'm saying? I was doing some extra syllable or something.
Yep.
And then I think some cartoon said it. Some Spider-Man Amazing Friends said it. I was like, oh. And I was off to the races.
Hell yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, I just Just
But yeah,
discovered
I can do.
Phantom
I'm sorry,
X.
I didn't even answer. But good,
Yeah.
Colin. I can
No, I
answer.
was going to say, I saw your post. You had a post about Phantom X, and I had only recently discovered him. I was a similar thing. Like, I read a lot of comics when I was a kid, put them away. I think I don't think they got past my teens. I think I might have stopped at like age 11 or 12. And then I just recently picked them back up. So my buddy gave me the Uncanny X-Force and was like, yo, check this out.
Oh yeah,
I had to keep putting it down and like go and like do deep dives on multiple characters because I was like, I'm a little lost, but it was fucking dope. You know,
praise my mom because she didn't throw anything out. So, but I remember the day I had to bring my whole collection from New York down to Philly where I stayed. I think I threw my back out. It's a big crate, a big Foot Locker. I just had all my stuff. And I remember over the years, I know I've lost back comics. I had this Foot Locker full of comics. I brought that. But I remember having like 2 big trash bags of like comics I didn't keep pristine. And it was just a bags full. I know she threw those out. But let's say top 5. Most of the time they'd be mutants. So like 1 is like Colossus.
Hell
Let's see, Colossus. It'll be hard. Colossus, Sunspot, Shadowcat. I like Kitty
You got
Pryde.
the deep dives.
You got some deep cuts. Okay.
I like her as Shadowcat, especially when she was studying with Wolverine. This is a miniseries, Kitty Pryde on Wolverine. And he taught her how to be a ninja. And that's like my favorite person.
That's fine.
Let's see. Always was fond of Nightcrawler because I was like, this guy's got to be black, right? He's black. And I was fond of him. Always like the black ones. And then I have to include this because it's a nod to the record, but not necessarily character. So back in the day, my mom, she was always on a hunt to get me action figures like I asked for. I was a big G.I. Joe, He-Man guy. But my mom would always trying to hunt for the black figures if she could. And I remember one time she just went out and came back with this thing called Sunman. And eventually they moved Sunman, I think, into the He-Man universe. But originally it was like created. And it was funny because I put up a little post about Sunman, and then Doe I think Doe said, yeah, my father and my uncle worked on the design for this toy. They were like toy makers.
That's dope.
Oh, that's crazy.
Those ones that I was like, get out of it. And so, but yeah, that was like my first, like, not painted or not colored brown. My first character, Sunman.
I've seen Sunman.
You know, yeah, show that. You know, Sunman.
Sunman, bro.
So they folded him
awesome.
in. I think either in the DC or the He-Man. I'm not sure which one. But at first he was just his own character, created and put out. So,
yeah, Master of the Universe. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think the 80s.
I've seen him.
So that's my 5. If I could just real quick. But I'm skipping his mad character. I remember I like this guy named I just lost it. What was his name? He had these knives. He was with Excalibur. He was dating. Kitty was over there. He was dating Wilson something. Damn, I lost his name. Not bad. I like Sync. I like Penance. I like Maggot. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Oh man, damn, bro, you like the
you got
deep,
the real
cuts.
deep cuts, man.
Damn, I forgot about Maggot. Shit.
Let me see.
That's awesome. I love that. I really appreciate
Bishop,
that.
Cool. When Bishop popped up, that was cool. I mean, I like Jerry Curl, but that was
Bishop.
Black character.
Old Soul Glow looking ass.
Yeah, I like Forge as well. I'm trying to think any. I was into Cloak and Dagger for a quick second.
I never read any of their stuff. I only know about them from Maximum Carnage story.
I got into them because I was into Power Pack, and then and I was into Power Pack because of the externals. And that was because of the whole thing with Magic and Sim when they were Inferno. So Inferno came and they had this one crew called Externals, and it was like Leech and Artie and Skids, Rusty, and this other guy that could do stuff with machines, and they worked with the Power Pack. It's all crossover time. The Power Pack had like these powers for them, and they were like cool with the Fantastic Four a little bit. And so yeah, you just make these connections, and you start just getting different books and shit like that. Oh, I was into ROM, Space ROM. You know, that's a deep one. ROM, ROM, Space Knight.
I don't even know.
Vigilante, as far as like old DC characters, they brought him back for that Peacemaker show. But back in the day, I liked Vigilante. Yeah, he was dope.
Okay.
There's an iteration of Captain America when he was Nomad. That was dope. Stuff like that. So like I just a Night Thrasher and the New Warriors. I was into all of them. So yeah, sorry. This got crazy.
Oh, it's all good.
That's fire.
He's like,
That was
25, man.
Yeah, right.
You ever do you know Word Burglar?
The game?
Bergie? No, Word Burglar, the rapper.
MC? Yeah, I'm familiar with his name. Yeah, I don't know if he might have met.
Fresh Kills recommended that we have him on to promote his most recent project, which was a comic book album that was like a combined, and he got like a bunch of like legitimate like comic book artists to fucking illustrate the whole thing, and it's pretty fucking dope. Like, it was definitely.
So when you said Burger, because there's another cat named Swampburger. I think he's
Swanberger, yeah.
Yeah,
he's like one of those fake four guys or something. Or, I don't know something.
He did,
okay.
I think he did some stuff with Aesop.
Castro,
Wordberg,
Castro, we talking about 25 characters. Are you excited for Doomsday? Do you care about Doomsday? Are you going to go to watch Doomsday?
I'll go watch it. I'm a little tempered. I've gone with Marvel on this big ride. I've watched almost all of the ephemera. So, I'm just going to go in with Russo brothers do good work. So
Is it Russo brothers this time?
Yeah.
They're doing Doomsday? Okay. Well, that gives me a little more faith. I got to say, man, the trailer got me a little scared,
trailer's cool, but I think you always remember it's been a while since the Avengers movie, and you forget how much they pull from like the footage. Like they totally scrub characters, they change things around, so we don't even know what we're looking at. But I have faith in the directors. I think it's a good storyline. I love Doctor Doom. I would have personally liked them to do like this their own Doom movie, like they did with Joker. Just give him.
They should have,
And then you could do something in Latveria. You don't have to bring any superheroes. They just have
100%. Because there's so much lore there they could go into.
He's so layered. He got so much shit.
Yeah.
I think
my God. Easily.
But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been a while. To the point they had to bring back all the old Avengers and shit. I'm trying to figure out.
And the X-Men, like 2 different iterations of the X-Men.
I am not a fan
3 different, actually.
Clones. So then inherently, I'm not too much a fan of multiverse shit. I think Spider-Man, and he had the Ben Wilson clone and the other guy, and I was like, I don't like any of this shit. I was like, who's who? So that really turned me off for clones, and then inherently they do multiverse shit.
Well, it lowers the stakes by a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Fine. I used to like it in the what if sense or in the spin-off sense when you go to this other place and you get to look at all these other heroes. Like Squadron Supreme, I was really into that in the 80s. And so, like, it's dope when you get a glimpse of it sometimes, but I don't need currently 3 versions of this main team running, doing all this different shit.
My biggest gripe is, bro, of all of this sea of fucking actors out there, why did you cast Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom?
I'm not so bothered by that show. I think this is us going into the fact of them trying to fix their biggest mistake. And their biggest mistake is, and it's funny because movies weren't going that way. Remember, movies were being sold as the franchise. It wasn't like by the star anymore. Past that, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, like their names on the movie, you go see that. That changed, right? But now with the Marvel stuff, it got to be, and we were fans of the actor as the character, not the character in the ensemble. So that way it makes it hard to recast cats for whatever reason, whether they do pass on like Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, or they get a little too old, like they're all 40 and 50 years old, jumping around doing spin kicks. Like Don Cheadle's old as shit. He looks it, you know what I'm saying? So and also they're not really embracing comics fully. They are, they're not, because if they embrace comics fully, you have a new story just pops up and goes away, a miniseries, and then they reboot this whole nother thing, and then this version of this guy, and they switch powers, and now we have the new thing, and it's easy to die. I'm not saying it would necessarily work in the field of film, but that's how comics work. And them being so rigid and always tying back to the snap and the whip and the wop and keeping it continuous and being anchored by that storyline, not necessarily buoyed by it. You know what I'm saying? That thing was a closed circuit. It work, close that book, start something totally new, brand new. And not necessarily meaning hire a bunch of new characters, but like work them in from the edges that you worked in the first batch. And then ease out the old characters and stuff like natural. Or recast them because they have to stay a certain age. I mean, for real, The Simpsons never grew because it works at that age. So most superheroes don't grow, and they just can't. It seems like they had a hard time dealing with that.
Yeah, you got to. It certainly seems like, at least in the cinematic universe, anytime that they do a recast or anything like that, they're like, oh, well, now we have to do a whole new origin story again. And it's like, yo, you don't need to reset this shit every time. Like,
an origin stories are the death now. We're in the era. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to see Batman's origin story ever again. But whether I saw it or not, I've heard about it. I know about it. Maybe Green Lantern or something a little new.
That's what I appreciate about the new Superman. They didn't worry about all the backstory that much. Like, it's
some
just,
things
here
are
you are,
already
25 years
lore.
in or whatever.
Yeah, some things are already in lore. And again, give your audience some credit for some intelligence. So that can give us back 20 minutes, the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie. But not having
which is a lot. Yeah. That's a lot of movie, you know?
For real.
No, that's the truth. That's just like, that's the, they say that, Doomsday is supposed to be the end of the MCU, at least in the multiverse run, right?
Yeah.
And so that's my one fear, is that they're just going to go reset.
They probably are.
Well, Feige said it wouldn't be a hard reset. It would be more like what Hickman did with his Secret Wars, which was Battle.
Oh, sure,
Doom, and then just kind of reset, so you don't necessarily have to like totally blow everything up from scratch. Again, like some people are still viable, and then some people, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's natural. I think when you're trying to make. I mean, the fact that they are fighting against the dying of the light of recasting Wolverine, like they just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or I love John Wick, but he was pretty stiff in the fourth one.
Yes.
The man is like 62.
Because to me, it's like coming from Matrix into the Wick. Yeah. Your body's done a lot more than you did when you were Bill and Ted running around, or even Point Break. You just weren't doing that physicality. Right. And now you're at John Wick 4, and we love the character, and then you're in the ballerina, and it's like you're just honestly stiffened up a little bit, brother.
Yeah. I've told Rob that too. I'm like, dude, just recast John Wick. Like, I'm totally cool with that. You don't need to give it, like, do it just like Bond. You know what I mean?
They have the infrastructure because they have the mythology and the lore and stuff, but they kind of chuck that to be so Keanu because he's so good at that character. Yeah. To your point, you can just read, there's another Wick 2. Give him the same name. Because remember, he's really the Baba Yaga. That's him. And now the next guy can be someone. But they did try to do that with Bourne. I don't know. I think if they lean into it, they'll be a more success. If they're kind of tepid with it, like, it's not perfect, then they'll have issues. They just lean
you got to lean.
You got to lean all the way into it. Commit to the poor, as bartenders say.
Yeah. Commit to the poor. I like that. Going back to Yaphet, man, those last like 3 tracks or like few tracks, at least I couldn't breathe even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
The Last Goodwill, man, those are like heavy hitting tracks, man. Like you left the album with like a real fucking weight. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. I mean, in both instances, those 2 tracks in particular, and it's that run at the end. I remember trying, especially for like Last Goodwill, I remember trying to write something else. Like I was starting to write it. I don't really want to write. Well, let me just stop. And I kept trying to come up with other ideas to the beat, and it just didn't work. It was almost like I was compelled. And then the other track, I never really wrote about my daughter before at all. Sometimes I'm just one of those people that just takes some years. It happened years ago. And so it takes some years to process when you put it in song, but I want to do it right. Some people like next day they could just it's in the magnetic tape. It doesn't work like that for me. And so, and then also I was a different type of artist. I was not very personal. I think I had a character, I had different rap names, and I was just rhyming and showing skill. But I didn't know how to be necessarily true, vulnerable, or actually put biographical statements. So I slowly have been doing that. I think I wrote about my grandmother at one point. It's a good song I have called Grandma's Favorite. And slowly but surely, with this record, it was just like there was a lot of compelling forces beyond me. I feel that were moving me to write some of them joints. And so that's just how, that came out.
Man, it's incredibly moving, and I can relate because like the last project I did was very like autobiographical about trauma and all that, and
Yes,
I really respect that, and it was really like it hit me hard, man.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yeah. I think I was Mocha Only. He made a post a while ago and on Instagram or something like that. But he was talking about going back to what you were saying about like Raekwon and Ghostface and like the validity of them just throwing you in, like respecting, like it doesn't matter if you know who the people that they're fucking talking about, right? Like Mocha Only, he said that don't worry about like appealing to everyone, just like talk about your street, like give people a window into your life. And the more personal that is the more that people are going to be able to relate to it and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's a really like I thought about, some of my favorite rappers, just like they're telling very personal stories, you know what I mean? And they're expressing themselves, they're expressing their soul. You know what I mean? Like was that Miles Davis quote? He's like
when it hits, it hits
20%.
When it hits, it hits. Like Mobb Deep, I know people don't think about it, but like the Infamous is pretty personal as opposed to like Juvenile Hell, that young, what did it hits at the time? They were trying to make hits, Tap a Bottle and stuff like that. But the Infamous was like, because we talked about it on Call Out Culture, like they do the first joint, right? And then P's like, all right, hold up. And remember, they weren't super successful up to that point. I'm just talking about the chronological time of them dropping that first record when they're real young and we don't know what to really make of them. Then they have the banging song, the first song, and then P stops everything. Let me just talk to y'all for a minute. And that is 2 minutes of him talking, saying this shit. Then they go into Survival of the Fittest. That's just the illest because the confidence that, this is gonna work. And we're gonna tell you on the second track when I'm no more music. He's waiting, let me tell you something. And I just, I try to carry that energy with my shit if I can.
And I mean, Survival of the Fittest, a couple of the Mobb Deep tracks are arguably like, you put them as like some of the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Like when that shit comes on, that beat and like the flows, dude. Like, so I talked about this idea with Blockhead. I mentioned on the Blockhead episode, but I'm putting together a coffee table books that are rap one-liners, and everything in rap is all about the rhyme, right? The rhyme scheme, like, what can you do with the rhyme? But like the beauty of a lot of these writers beyond the rhyming, like whether it's, that song, Survival of the Fittest, like they're just like stating, like just, you could take one of those lines out of context and it's just so fucking descriptive. It's like you were in it. You know what I mean? Like you feel what they're feeling and shit. Scarface, another fucking great example of like an MC who could do that kind of shit.
Nas got that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's interesting. And it's also, so now that I'm going back through a lot of hip hop that I haven't listened to for years, like all the 36 Chambers and shit like that, like, and it's so funny to just like how early rap or like in the early 90s just like leaned so hard on the simile, like everything is a simile, you know what I mean?
Like this, like that.
Yeah, it's like I am, like I'm trying to think of a good one, but it's like everything on the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers album, like every one of their like lines that's like, I'm hardcore like porno flick bitches, or something like that, just like everything is like something like, it's just a direct simile, but it's fun to like watch how the writing style of hip hop as a whole has evolved.
But also earmark those moments because it's early enough in the game where those are the first time some of those similes have been used. Now it's stale. We're older.
Yeah.
We have hindsight.
Yeah, you can't do it anymore.
But like some of those joints, like the first time, the Rod Strickland line, obviously, but like Alonzo Mourning, the Alonzo Mourning lines, those came about around that time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Do you, speaking of Alonzo Mourning, you mentioned the song that you and Prem did, Aaron McKee. Do you guys ever get shit for as many sports references as you have?
No, I think it's just it's seasoning. It's
I love it.
It's our watermark, and I mean, I think I was talking about it the other day. Sometimes I just think, and sometimes I'll mention obscure players because I just want somebody out there to know, hey, I was paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I've watched a lot of those players. I used to collect basketball cards. That'll give you an insight. older basketball games when I used to play video games. They had full rosters, and that's how you would learn players and stuff. There was a time, I don't have it anymore, but there was a time where I knew everybody's number or numbers they wore at least for like 4 years straight, and everybody's averages to a decimal point. But I stopped all of that. I used to know it like tempo to the degree, but I just
Bro,
have it.
when we were at Cyberclops, you and Prem and him, man, the deep knowledge of
but that was light work. We were even.
Oh my God.
and not even an analytic cat. I mean, not saying that it could be deep with the analytics. I mean, pay attention to have win shares for all that shit. But like sometimes it's like that. It's just, I was the only child growing up. I have a brother, but I didn't grow up with him. So each other and stuff. So I spend a lot of time to myself, and I have, like, just for reference, I have on VHS 3 full Knicks seasons, like all 82 games.
Damn, dude.
That's kind of crazy,
and
bro.
within
That's
that
awesome.
3-year span, I have every episode of Inside the NBA, every episode of NBA Today, and every episode of NBA Action. And I used to make highlight tapes. I used to stay up till like 4 in the morning. My mom hated it. And I bought these different machines back in the 90s. It was totally different. You had to get something called a descrambler because the tapes would mask themselves, like they would encrypt themselves on wavy lines and shit. So you had to get something called a descrambler. Then you had to run the audio through something else into what you were recording on. VCRs back then had this 3-second weird like rewind, so you had to know where you wanted to highlight to start at, but it was going to take it back like 3 seconds. You had to learn that.
You had like a lab, dude.
Yeah, and I had this whole thing up late at night making it. So it's ill because the storylines are all tragic. The illest tape I ever made, I took J. Rule's Can't Stop the Prophet. Remember, it had the animation and all that stuff. And I spliced it with all these highlights, and I made a lineup, and that was very hard to do at that time. Just my primitive setup. And I made a lineup go in and out the video, and I lent it to my man like a week after I did it. I said, all right, here, take it. But I need it back. I just did it. He went to school. He lost it. I never saw it again.
Shit.
I can tell you I might have spent 80 to 120 man hours on it.
Damn.
It takes, I mean, I could be exaggerating, but maybe 40 to 80. It was a lot of time.
Man. That might be accurate.
You know it. Yeah,
sounds like it.
Right, that type of shit.
This shit takes forever.
And this is in the 90s and shit. And I only got to watch it like 3 times. I was so upset.
Dude, that's
Because when I first started doing the highlights, I would just put everything on one tape. So my first tape was like 6 hours. And it's just there. You had the tape, you had so much time on it. And I would just put highlight after highlight. And then I started fucking with it. But anyway, I was just into that shit. I love basketball. I love playing. One thing I do miss, my injuries, my age, is I can't play anymore. And I miss that. Desperately. I used to play all the time, and I miss that. And so I love the game. I'm very much into the sport. I have my favorite teams. I have my favorite team now. And so, so when I do my sports references, sometimes I'm just like, Trajan Langdon or Antonio Lang will fit good here. He rhymes. There you go.
I mean, what's better than a name? You know what I mean? Like, there's just something so satisfying as just like a name, Yeah.
I used to have a mission when I first started. Cats was doing a lot of gun names and car names, and those things were built around letters and numbers. Q45, AR-15, whatever. And my mission. I started putting black icons in there, so I do that still. It's like you'll hear those names. And then later on, as I got older, I started putting basketball players mainly. I do other sports, but mainly basketball players and obscure basketball players. Kristoviak or Marty Collin, whatever the fuck. I'll put him in there. Robert Pack. And again, it's a Wrecking Crew staple. Z does like the baseball players and shit.
I love So I put out a record with we photoshopped our faces onto a baseball card. And that was the reason I was asking about sports references is like I got and I submitted it to a bunch of publications and I got rejected by a couple because they were like, I don't like sports. And they just refused to listen to the album. And it's so funny because like there are so many rappers that love sports in so many ways. There's so
sports
much
and rap are like intertwined, dude.
Not just rock and rap, but
yeah. And so it was just very funny to me, because Shrapknel, Billy Woods, etc., Backwood Studio is, it's an independent kind of avant-garde, almost, like a hip hop scene. So like typically, I guess people wouldn't expect to hear it, but it's like even you listen to Woods and like Arm & Hammer, it's like that shit's like
it's football references all day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they have a great album song with Shrines about football.
Castro, you have a animated music video coming out for Yaphet. Do you not?
Oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
do.
Oh, shit.
What track is that for, and when is that going to come out?
That's for Super Dope.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay.
Oh, fuck yeah,
That might
man.
be and I guess I'm giving the ghost away, but it'll probably be the second leak. That's Super Dope. Second leak, probably. That'll drop in the video. So
That's
due time.
awesome.
So stoked.
Due time.
I love it.
So stoked,
Beautiful.
man.
See that.
I'm super
Yaphet
excited
coming
for
out
that.
September 18th, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
God
right around
willing.
the corner at this point.
It's going to be
Yeah,
good.
so we got Open Mike Eagle is an incredible record.
Doomed, you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Kenny Siegel. They came out to our LA show, so that was dope seeing them.
Oh, I wish I could have been there, man. Fuck.
Open mics, he's too legit. I
Dude,
love that guy.
I love everything he's done since fucking forever. Since that one track with Green Light Behind My Eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
Was that
You know
on
that-
Rappers Will Die of Natural Causes? I think?
Yeah, that's my bro. That's I love that album.
But even before then, he had this joint
Yeah.
about his hair, his haircut. I remember that was my first time catching. It's like on his EPs right before Rappers Will Die of Natural Causes. You remember the song? If you look it up, it's like some hair song or something.
The
Something
fucking
about it,
Knock
man.
Steady performance that he did, that was the first time I ever saw him. It's like one of the songs off Rappers Will Die of Natural Causes, and it's different than the version.
Oh yeah, no, it's
version is much
qualifiers.
different.
Qualifiers.
Yeah. The version that he did live, that blew my
Live
mind.
version kills, and I talked to him about
Blew
that.
my
He says
fucking
I
mind.
tried. He says I did the best I could. He says he knows the recorded version is different, but he says because he also did another version of Qualifiers in a laundromat.
I remember that. Yeah, that was a
That's
dope,
a dope one,
video.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just live. I've seen him do it live. Qualifiers is a crazy, incredible, impressive soul. Salute to that man.
For real though.
Oh yeah.
He's an absolute legend. You know, we aspire to be half as cool as him. You know,
Bruh, for real, man.
half as cool,
for
humble,
real.
talented, etc. I mean, like that dude's he's just a true, someone to like look up to as far as like what they're doing in the industry, the people that they work with. It seems like the way that they're doing it. I mean, obviously I'm a couple steps removed from him, but he seems like he's a super nice dude. I got to meet him one time when he played in Bellingham
nice.
at the Glow.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it was probably
he's
when
definitely
Rappers Will Die of Natural Causes.
it was Rappers Will Die of Natural Causes.
Yeah,
era.
it was that tour, or maybe
Yeah, I saw him on that tour as well. He was playing at the what was it? Shroom, were you there? Where was it?
Yes, I was. That was at God damn. I'm looking
On Capitol
not the
Hill,
Chop-
bro.
Yeah, not the Chop Suey.
Chop Suey. Yeah. Chop Suey. Yeah.
Chop
There you go.
Suey.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
man. Yes.
Yeah, because he wasn't. He wasn't pulling big crowds at that time.
I was drunk as fuck at that show.
Yeah, plugging away. Big ups to Mike. And now his show's like a party, so I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For real.
I think-
You also have Alaska on Yaphet.
From Hangar 18.
And Alaska just put out something on Fused Arrow, right?
Yeah, yes, he just dropped his Cargo Coach joint. That's him and Zilla. Zilla does the beats. He goes around.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
their
got
second
you.
project. I think it's been like 5 years, 6 years. It's been a little bit since they did that first project, and this one is even doper. So yeah,
Man, so you got just, dude, everybody on your album is just hella active. Like,
yeah. I mean,
movers
shout
and
out to the
shakers,
young
man.
boys, Shamar, Black Chai, and Sun Monday.
Mhm.
Black Chai's the beast. Saw
I
him
wanted
at Secret Pour a little while ago.
Yeah, he's
Killed it.
incredible. So I wanted to. It was intentional. I wanted to give the young cats some shine. I know they're doing their thing. They don't need anything I could offer them. But I'm just saying. I think it was just I have a little bigger crowd in certain senses, and I wanted to introduce them in a sense to
Hell yeah.
a wider audience. And I told them that when we went to the song, I was like, "Yo, I want to give y'all some little light," and that's the whole point of the song. It's the recruitment of young cats, and I'm inspired by them. Saying is in the same vein, it's reciprocal because, like, sometimes when you see young cats, they get it that early. It's really endearing and inspirational. Because when I was young, I was fucking up, not in the worst way, but dumb shit. And so, like, sometimes it's
So was I,
see,
baby.
You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to see cats that maybe skipped a couple of steps or just have a better grasp at an early age. And you're like, all right, y'all got it. Y'all don't need me to sit y'all down or You know what I'm saying? But I always like that. Always like to see that because sometimes I feel like you get older, your age gives you certain distance from that period of time when everything was wonder and whimsy, and you were young, and you were jumping into this movement and that revolution, whatever they may be, and you get so excited about these things, and then you think when you're older, oh, nobody's doing that no more. You know, you get a little more curmudgeon. But those young people are having their moments too. And so it's good to see that some of that, even if it's a regurgitated artist or director, like, oh, they like that too. Oh, word. They just like I did, you know what I'm saying? Or they like their version of that, just like I did. That's dope. And it gives them respect that they're having their moment with that too. Sometimes when you get a distance from that, you don't think it even happens for people anymore. We have our golden age, raucous, and we think they don't have that. But no, these kids is cracking. They got their 10K. They got, they doing their thing. I'm just saying, NBA young boy's a superstar. I saw this weird ass post of this guy pledging his life to him. Yo, I like you over my family, yo. I'll do anything you tell me, yo. You put out a Bible, yo. I'll throw away my old Bible. This shit is like, this guy was real. He was sending them DMs. It was funny as shit.
Jeez, that's a dangerous parasocial
Of course, but I'm just saying, for them to have their own idols, because I'm old enough. I remember when Jordan was kind of getting ready to get out the league. They were really worried. Like, oh my God, who's gonna carry his torch? I mean, because he was
a big thing.
Making money. This guy was really generating some paper. And so they were like, well, nobody's like at his level, whatever. Just in the sense of popularity and seizing moments. That was what Jordan really did. And you're like, oh man, what are you going to do? And the next you know, you look, I was saying, it's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the youth will always inherit the earth. And I think we can see, especially some cats that I like to roll with, Feekin Lungs.
Feekin Lungs.
Yeah, Kai Solo. Like cats just really on the edge, on the bleeding edge, and that hip hop will be all right.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Castro, you got your own podcast.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug that real quick?
Yeah, no doubt. We do a weekly joint called Call Out Culture. It's me, my partner Zilla Rocker in Alaska, and we talk varying topics. We were pretty hip hop focused when we first started, but now we do a whole bunch of other stuff, tournaments. They talk about yacht rock when I'm not around.
Yacht rock, exactly.
Yeah, but
you're not a Kenny Loggins fan?
When I'm not around.
You want to be on the Michael McDonald train?
No thanks. And then we have we have a good poppin' Patreon where there's also additional content, movie reviews, personal things I did a tour, on the road diary of the last tour I did, so stuff like that. It's just $1, and then we split the episodes. So you get free. Part of the episodes are free, and then if you pay $1, you get the full episode. So yeah, Call Out Culture. We've been doing well. I think we're up to we're over 350 episodes.
Oh goddamn!
Damn.
We've been plugging away. So we have good content. We have a great archive. I always like to plug that. Like, check us out. Go back and listen to old episodes.
Right.
Stuff.
Yeah. It's evergreen.
We'll have new shit. So check it out when you get a chance. Where you're comfortable listening to your podcast. Check us out. Call Out Culture.
Hell yeah.
Do you have a favorite episode or something that people should know and just start up?
The Portal Mega episode is really special and important.
Oh shit! Okay.
That's early, so you gotta kind of really scroll. But that's a really big one. There's some Arm and Hammer stuff on there. We did our 300th episode. We found as many as we could, all the indelible MCs. It's Breeze Brewing, J Treads, LP.
That's crazy.
Who else is on there? This is Breeze Brewing, LP. Heroin couldn't make it. And Mr. Lamb.
That's incredible, man.
We had all of them on one episode. I don't think
all on one episode, bro. That's crazy.
That was really special. That was dope. We had some really great. Heavy D's cousin, Graf Lover, was on there. That was a really good episode. Just talking about Heavy D and his importance and his influence and his contributions, and just giving praise to him. So that was dope. I think coming up, he might get Wordsworth on an episode. So we vary it up. Sometimes just the three of us, sometimes two of us, and sometimes we get pretty good guests. So check us out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm definitely I'm just scrolling through the list. I mean, Juvenile's 400 Degrees. That album was
we went
for me when I was young.
Yeah, we went a nice little deep dive on that. Because I mean, it was like Juvenile is like a late awakening. Sometimes we listening to him, we have a scrutiny or whatever, and then when High clicks, you're like, oh shit, he's dope. Like, but High has to click. When High clicks, that's the magic of Juvenile.
His fucking Tiny Desk concert was so fucking good.
It was great.
Wait,
wasn't it?
what?
Oh,
Man,
man.
bro, that
Yeah.
shit got me so hyped, dude.
It was fucking fire, actually.
Yeah, he was going in. And it's funny because he
shit.
didn't really, he knew, you know, I mean, he knows live performance, but he didn't really know how the setup was. And I think they agreed to do it like 2 weeks prior. He's like, all right, let's do it. He's like, all right. You know, he's like,
He looked like he was having fun.
Yeah, he was having a great time.
Yeah.
Man, some of
man,
those Tiny Desk performances, man. Incredible.
Clips
Like
had
lightning
a
a
good
bottle
one.
and shit.
De La Soul had a good one. Anderson Paak.
Scarface's.
Scarface is dope. Anderson Paak, because he was playing the drums.
Oh, yeah.
Tierra
Pack's
Whack.
crazy, man.
Tierra Whack.
Did Scarface break out the guitar in his performance?
He did not play. His son, I think, was performing.
Yeah,
was
his
playing
son
guitar.
was playing.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, last
That's
time I
good.
saw Scarface live, he broke out the guitar, bro. He was doing some strings. It was pretty
That's
cool.
dope. That's dope. A little musical versatility, you know. What I mean?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
John. Let me cut the party short.
no, you gonna
No,
take
it's
off?
all good, man.
Yeah, I got to roll.
It's a privilege
Okay.
to have you, man. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
man.
coming on, bro. It's good seeing you
Yeah,
again.
Definitely.
I appreciate you. Nice seeing you, Stream. Nice seeing you, Colin. I appreciate y'all,
Nice.
you know, checking the record out. Hope y'all dug it.
Oh,
I
it's
appreciate y'all.
amazing, man.
Yo, fire. Masterpiece,
incredible.
man.
Appreciate
Yeah, I'm
that.
looking forward to being here for all the shows that you got coming up for it, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going on the road with Arm & Hammer in September.
Okay.
So I'll be
Okay.
on, it's a long run they do, but I'll be on the East Coast leg of that. And then
Okay.
I think we got something else with GDP. He's releasing an album, Shrapknel.
Hey, okay.
GDP.
October.
That's
Is that
what's
Slangcore?
the crew's name? Slangcore. Thank you.
Is that
I was like,
Slangcore GDP?
Yeah, from back in the day.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. I love that guy.
Yeah, Tame introduced me to those dudes.
Yeah, Tay.
Yeah.
Now, he has a new record coming out, so we got that cracking. And I might do a release show for my record, either New York or Philly. So yeah, just a couple of joints, popping. Just get ready for that.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for coming on, sir. We're gonna end the episode with a song, and because you have music videos, I figured we just play a music video.
Oh no.
You know? But you don't have to stick around for it. But if you need to take off, but I was gonna play Walking Razor.
Oh yeah, that's cool. It's a cool one.
Oldie but goodie, you know. I
Little
was gonna
DIY.
play the track Weapon 13X, but because that's got Bruin on it,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
that was a bucket list, but I'm cool with Bruin to get him on that track. Quelly Chris beat. So yeah, that was dope. All that's good stuff. And then I think that Dunce Cap shot the video. And so good times. Yeah, so like it's cool. Like I'm old enough where it's good because some cats I was really into and big fans of. I've become friends with and been able to do some work with, and that's great. Like I got a song from Mars Kamara with Dell.
Right.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
ours is big
yo,
video.
that's awesome.
Just,
I love
that's
that.
just I can't. I have a song with A$AP Rock, even though we never met. But so what? I got the song. Can't take it away from me.
Yeah.
Some shit like
Can't
that.
say shit. Yep.
For real though, dude.
Names on the track list, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Send me credits. So I'm grateful for all of that. I'm grateful to still be around and do all of that and get those accomplishments under my belt. But yeah, so
That's awesome.
I hope everybody digs the record. Yaphet coming out September 18th. It'll be my turn. See how it does.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Say
Love to
that.
see good people doing good things,
Hell yeah.
Take it easy.
All right.
Appreciate
Much
it.
You too,
love,
Castro.
brother.
Have a good one.
Peace.
All right. We're going to play Walking Razor as a song.
Do it.
And we haven't done a music video before.
No,
but
this
I
is
figured
new,
Might as
guys.
well do some visual components because this is a visual podcast. So,
Right.
I figured I'd represent Castro.
That makes perfect sense, bro.
Fully. So
Love
here we
it.
go. This one's off Tosh, his record from 2018, if I recall.
I'm like a walking razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. Yeah, the blade hidden in the mouth at the summer jam. The one you got at the concert for Sons of Man. The one you clutch when it don't go according to plan. The sharp tooth that washed up on this rotten land. The one they used to cut the compass out of Danko. The one Banderas took from the hands of Treyo. The ones teens use when they wanna play ghost. The black dread who was nice trying to eat crow. The buck fifth Birdie used when he cut flip. The half blade versus no Mac that blade hit. Precision used by a cop right before the kick. The ninja star that you always wanted as a kid. The butterfly your homie flashed on the school bus. To join the Bloods in Brooklyn, you cut her face up. How Peter Tosh told your ass he was dangerous. The glass Willis caught a Nakatomi on his way. I'm like a walking razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous, dangerous. Yep. I'm like a walking razor, like a walking razor. I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, walking razor. I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, a walking razor, a walking razor, a walking razor. I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous. I'm like a walking razor, a walking razor, a walking razor, a walking razor. I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous, I'm dangerous. Yeah, 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 yeah. Guess who's coming to dinner? Nazi dreadlock. Guess who's coming to dinner? Nazi dreadlock. Yaga. Hey yo, thank you for the picnic. Now who's the nigga delegate to catch the rifle delicate? Martyr for the public. Quiet's the rebellion. Sweet mamas underneath the rug. They Phillions. My skeleton only give Black Panther shrugs. So see, I can't comply with all the lies and Rizzo let it burn. Good allow the bomb to live. Lives of move, not that concerned. But hold fast to the edict of you fooled us once we're fast. Learning since one of our own went to a seer on our nap. Turn and tell me, are we satisfied with so-called fight for civil rights? Irony is clout that if rights are civil. How can one fight? Let's stono like it's 39. You sound like it's 94. Icon like it's 34. Yanga for some 40 more than rag. Coming minute form. Home sojourner, true for one. The Zuzu DC 68. Race riots, Philly 64. Hunger like no other. In the belly, bet the black is deep. Starve us for our freedom. Bet the Zulu we come back to eat. Guess who's coming to dinner? Nazi dreadlock.